Ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yes. Could have done more of a song, but that's. I thought it would be gentle. For after all, 'tis Sunday, you know. 'Tis Sunday, and what a wonderful Sunday it is. The weather's been reasonable. The snow has gone, so all concerns of slip sliding uncontrollably into a curbway or road or dangerous place has now been gone forever. Well, I say forever. If you live in a place where there's snow, still, fine. But you might live in a place where you're used to snow because it's been more than a day. Therefore, you're probably well prepared and have snowshoes, don't you, you clever crafty thing? But yes, the snow has gone and in come the drizzle and the cold. Which is far more English because it's very controlled, isn't it? It is, no, not controlled so much as strained, uptight. Let's not get too excitable out there. Let's just have a little bit of rain. Not thunder and hello, drawing attention to ourselves. And not just a nice, just calm everyone down, bit of drizzle. That's what we've got. And it's been alright. It's just good. Well, I did like the excitement that the snow brought to everybody. I hope you are having a good week this week. This week, it's only just begun, Geoffrey. It is young. Last week, I hope you had a good week last week. You knew what I meant. That's the main thing. But yes, I have got the live chat in front of me, so if you want to talk to me throughout, that's fine. I will respond as soon as I see it. Does anyone else struggle with gas? Not farting, just, I don't know. I think what's happening is I'm trying to suck in the gut, believe it or not, so that not so much to look like I'm in shape, but just for my own self-esteem. Just keeping it in there so I feel good about myself. It's like going to the gym without putting in any effort or having to pay for it. Rather than doing that and just being like, you just tuck in, lean a bit forward, everything looks fine. People are like, oh, he must get on the treadmill once in a while. And then they realise if you have a relaxing moment, that it is all lies. So yeah. Well, I think that's the cause of me gas. I don't know. But anyone else? Just having a bit of a chat and then you're like, oh, gonna burp. But you're midway through. Not so much an interesting conversation, but it might be an important part of what he's saying, maybe the end of the sentence. And you can sense or see someone wanting to jump in with their bit of conversation, and you're like, I can't stop now, and you're like, and you get it out, but it's not quite accurate. People are like, is he okay? Sounds a bit weird. But yes, that's form one issue. I am getting fucking piss bored and locked out now. I'll tell you what it was all that excitement over Christmas / New Year. Because in my mind I built up to like, oh, it's like this. We've done a year, that'll be fine. Now we can relax and go back to normal. That hasn't worked out that way at all, has it? Sort of like you're going on a journey and you think, oh, we've been on the road a while, we must nearly be there. And then you check the time and you're like, oh, we're nowhere near where we're supposed to be. So yeah, that's what I'm at. I don't know where the end is. Got that desperate though, as it happens, that I'm starting to, I'd say research is a strong word, but I was starting to look into, peer around the corner at, the Spanish flu, which they'd mentioned, right, this was weird, they mention it around when this was all starting, going, we don't want the Spanish flu thing again. I was like, huh? When did that happen? Because Spanish flu, to me, sounds like, oh, that must have been when everything was Spanish, like the Inquisition and the Armada. So it must have been in the olden times where they couldn't draw in like 3D. Everything was all 2 dimensions and kind of weird looking but out of style. So I thought, oh, that's when Spanish flu was, and many died. It correlated exactly around the same sort of time as the potato famine in Ireland. They're like, oh, we're hungry. You go, you got it bad, we got a bit of flu. But, because you think they would have mentioned it at school to me, but apparently not. Mentioned everything else around that time. It never came up. So I thought that was strange. I thought, well, let's have a look. It's around the same sort of time in a century as what we're doing now. So I was like, oh, that's they're closely connected. It was quite, so what I did was, I went on YouTube because it's easier than reading, right? And I got a documentary on it, which was interesting. There was a bloke, right, and he had a thing which he kept pushing a button on. So his bloke was like grey hair, cash on him. He looked like he was short. There was nothing to compare him to. He was in a room with a desk, but a desk could be any size. But he looked short. Trust me on this. If you find it, right, so bloke, grey hair, sort of combed back. Must have been quite an older gentleman because he was grey, but very strong hairline, but not in a suspicious, I'm from Essex and have white teeth and a tan way. I mean, like, just strong hairline, like he was born with the thickest head of hair and it's never going to fail on him, right? So you got that, and then the tash, right? No sort of real movement in his face. He was a very stiff gentleman in his suit with his, like a paddle in his hand. He kept pressing a button on it, like something was going to change, but nothing did. So he was just sort of like, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And then he would like just change to another camera. And then this happened, and this happened. It was, but kind of compelling nonetheless, right? He was saying, right, apparently, started off in America, so I don't know why it became the Spanish flu. Guess it was trendy, right? Apparently, this was just one theory I found out later on. But yeah, started in some army base in America. Someone got the sniffles, pretty bad. And they put everyone on a boat to move them to Europe so they could join in the fun, eh? Or less of that, just more running over a hill and just... We all know the story. Anywho, on the way over there, the flu had escalated somewhat. And... not pretty bad. And they got there, they spread it around a bit. And they were saying some pretty drastic numbers I hadn't heard before. So like saying that apparently in the French army or something, this is why school was kind of a waste of time for me. I didn't really listen or make notes or anything. But there was like a thing where the French army, in a space of time, could have been a day, could have been a week, could have been a month. I reckon about a day or a week. Either way, right? They had like 90 people die or go missing or get messed up, right? But in the same space of time, like 444 people had perished from the Spanish flu. Things are looking bad. Right? Now, apparently, things have got really bad, right? Which is why I was surprised that no one had mentioned it. So, just like, loads of people just knackered, right? Just all just dying in the street, collapsing, like hospitals. Like we got now, it was just like people in a big tent, and then there's like a fabric screen around them, and they're just like coughing, right? And it's like, oh, this is pretty bad. And then, yeah, it's like, so I'll go, well, never really went away, but it just calmed down. But for those of you who like that sickly looking fellow on the news every week, they were the sickly one that did the advert, everyone took the piss out of him for looking ill, and then, you know, it's just like bits of hair here. Not the strong hairline of the other chap. Just like bits of tufts of hair here. It looks like he's sort of woken up, but he's woken up drunk still, and then he's tried to live it out while drinking more. You might have thought there was some fresh water in the fridge, but turns out it was vodka. Sort of a look on his face like, next slide please. Right. So, right, we keep seeing all these charts of like, oh, it's going down a bit, and it's going up a bit, and oh, it's going down a bit, but don't be fooled, right? Right. And I keep showing you the same thing. I'm going, it's back up here, and it's dipping a bit, but oh, it's back again, right? This is my chart. Now, on the other side of it, Spanish flu, right? This is what happened, right? They had their chart. It was like 1918, right, to 1950, let's say, whatever. Right, had that line there, and they like mapped it, like the craziness of the Spanish flu, and it just went, oops, that was it. So, and like, yeah, COVID though, it's a bit like, let's say we go for it. Let's just go for it. Let's just bollocks. Let's open the pubs and see who wins. You could even just make a thing of it. Drinkers versus non-drinkers. See who wins. I think it'll probably be the non-drinkers, but let's be serious. It will be the drinkers. Yeah. Oh, just fuck it. Open it up. See what happens. Bored now. Want to go back out. Enjoy stuff. How can you live for the weekend when there's nothing to live for in the weekend? Exactly. You know what I mean? You know, it's all for the greater good. And, you know, good old NHS. Everyone else has got funding except them, but whatever. They're not getting their round of applause anymore, which is a shame. It's the only thing they were going to get out of this. It's a fucking round of applause. Even that was a bit suspect, really, wasn't it? Oh yeah, which is a shame. It's a shame. Yeah. We all know, don't we? Probably lost everyone now. So yeah, that was part of my week. Other thing as well, I've noticed hair's starting to grow again. Really? Oh, these observations, Geoff. Well done. But yeah, no, I don't really care about how much my hair gets out of control or whatever, because I might think my hair looks a bit messy and a bit out of control every now and again. But then Boris pops up on the telly with an update and reminds me things could be worse. So that's good, isn't it? But yes, no. What was weird though, like when I was at school, sort of those teen years, I wanted to grow my hair long so I could be like all those rockers that I like so much, and I could throw my head around and it looked awesome. Unfortunately for me, it didn't. It looked like a absolute mess of just rubbish. But because people kept telling me it was rubbish and to get rid of it, Spike kicked in and I kept it. I kept it going, I should have done, and that was a mistake. But what sprung this to memory, right, is it's getting quite long now, right, and this is just as a result of not having my hair cut for a bit. It happens all the time, kind of lazy. But for that growth, when I was wanting to grow my hair from what it was, which I think was very short, and I was like growing it out, and I spent a lot of weeks on it. I was like, come on, grow! And it wouldn't grow, and it's just like, oh look, it's down to the eyebrows. And now, like, without even trying, it's like, oh, it's down there. And that is how boring school dragged on for me. The only activity I had to pass time was just growing my hair. Because everything else was utterly pointless. Let's learn about stuff that you don't care about and you won't use in the future. You should probably stop talking ill of schools, because some people are like, education is very important. It is. I'll be watching a programme today. I think I watched the whole thing. It's 60 days away, right? And they put like these volunteers to go into prison or jail or whatever it's called for 60 days to help them improve the place. What were they thinking? That's a good programme, good watch. Some interesting characters in there. And you sort of sit back the whole time going, oh, they're in trouble. It's going, oh, it's going to kick off, it's going to kick off, it's going to kick off. And then it doesn't. But it's good. Yep, for job. Huh? What? Sarah, explain yourself. What does yep for job mean? Is that to do with the education system? I'm not going backwards on myself. Although, I think what we should do, instead of they should do like a hidden camera thing. They can't do it now. And they should have done it when everyone's working in an office. And they just film you. We do. What? Sarah, come on. You're losing me here. Full sentence. I'll try and read it and everything. But yeah, no, they should have like a hidden thing in your own office. And you get to watch your footage and your highlight reel and realise why things are going well or things are going badly and how you can improve on stuff. I like doing that. It's the perfect distraction any day of the week, month or year. You've got a bit of a crisis going on. So I was like, you are aware you can't park here. Ooh. School is important for the job we do. 'Tis true. If we were training to be teachers. I think this is the look that I'm going for this week. I should have thought of it earlier, but this is now keeping my rather large ears warm and my face, and this feels right. I wasn't expecting this to happen. Lost my mind now. School is important for the job we do, is it? Could you just send in a bunch of just children? I don't know. That's the thing that bums me out about this. I enjoy doing this, right? But as soon as it's over, I've got that sinking feeling of, oh, I've got to go back to the horrible place. Back to the horrible place. That's why I want lockdown over, realistically. I'll be honest with you. It's just because there's no sort of like, oh, weekend. Go and meet people and have some fun and not worry about the next day. Now it's all like, weekend. What's on telly? I feel like I spend the entire weekend just dreading the oncoming week of showers of shite. But anyway, do feel like a babysitter some days. I can't think why. That's the thing, right? It like blows my mind. People go like, I can't get a job. Have you met people who have a job? They're all I can't possibly get a job. I'm not qualified. Have you met people with jobs? People with high level jobs as well. They're all the same stupid. They just know how to just. They're like people with just. God, I'm good at computer games. Good for you. Fuck it. Getting angry again. Probably should stop this. But no, I just know how to just kiss ass, don't they? Which is not something I'm good at. And that's why, realistically. And I don't care is probably the other problem. Sort of bleed through. But yes. Well, no, you just find yourself just dreading the week ahead. There's no distraction at the weekend. And you can't go back going like, ooh, let some steam off. You just go back, just after stewing in it for a couple of days, going, at least I'm not in the horrible place. And then you're back in the horrible place. But yes, anyway. Looking forward to tomorrow. Sunday though, it's still Sunday. It's still good right now. And that's the thing that all those people in the internet world will tell you. I don't know why I did a politician point then. Yes, pointing. Pointing. You can trust someone that points at you. You can. People that do don't trust them. They're up to something bad. They're a politician or a twat. Someone's like, let me tell you something about this. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Might be good, might be bad, but either way, I know they're not trying to be nice to me. Just going like, oh, fall into my trap. It's like they're holding an invisible wand that I can't see, and they're like, but yes. But yes, either way, what I've told you thus far this evening, some of this information has been slightly suspect. So now it's time for Geoff's fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact. Geoff's fact, Geoff's fact, just fact, just fact, Geoff's fact, do. Some seals don't enjoy playing with a ball. Geoff's fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact. It's like just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact. Right. Or both. Indeed, Ian. Indeed. How you doing? Good? Excellent. So yes, or both. There's a problem with the time delay on this video. So the comments come in and I'm like, what? But or both works for everything in life. I'm going to assume now that you can trust people that point and people that don't point. Anyway, or both. You can like Formula One, hate it, or both. It's true. True philosophy, or both. Go on my Sunday, or both. Yes, indeed. But anyway, I'm glad that some people are commenting away here. And it's this sort of interaction that I encourage as we go in to what is now the big question. Big question. And a bit Rolf Harris there. In the good way, in the good way. Right. The big question. Right. So, twats and politicians. Indeed, Ian, indeed. Both of them. Every time, both on that one, Ian. Every time. So, got a big question for you. I should have written it down before, but there you go. Written it down. What has happened to my grammar? How dare you? Written it down yet. Right. Right. 10. This is going to be worth it. I talk at it. Nice. With out. So, it's time now for the big question, ladies and gentlemen. Big question time. Big question. Right, here it is. What item could you not survive lockdown without, ladies and gentlemen? So, let's throw them in here. What item could you not survive? Not, what person. I don't want a load of people going, well, I couldn't survive without the people I've got. I know. So what item? Yeah, because, also if I said, what could you not survive lockdown without? You'd all be like, well, I couldn't survive lockdown without my weekly instalment of God My Sunday. It's imperative to my survival, Geoff. And thank you for doing it every week. You're most welcome. Hair dye. Interesting. Hair dye. Is that imperative to your survival? Yes, well, I couldn't possibly be seen by people in my own household without my hair being dyed. Although, to be fair to you, I don't know the full situation. Maybe you've got a bit of an idiot in the house that keeps making fun of you when it's not dyed. We don't know, do we? So, yes, hair dye, good, interesting. Puzzles. I tell you what, as far as passing time, puzzles are good, actually. I know we've done puzzles together, and it's sort of like, oh, we're doing pretty good progress. It's 6 o'clock. And you're like, it's 10:30. So yeah, puzzles are good, actually. What else? Yep, need to cover up the greys. You don't say. Beer! Interesting, Ian. Couldn't survive without beer. Beer man. Actually, with that beard, yes, you need a beer to go with that, actually. You're drinking your beer and chopping wood and being a man in a flannel shirt with a flak hat on. Beer. That's good though, beer. Keep everything cool and relaxed. As you got Netflix, of course. Deliveroo. Yes, actually. Deliveroo and Just Eat and all the others. Or actually my favourite of all of them, when the actual food place sends their own people out. That's what I like the most. A bit more honest. And they care about the service at the door. They're like, oh, here you go. Sorry, we threw in an extra sauce. You're like, yes, I love you. So yeah, I prefer that to deliveries a bit like, I've left it on the doorstep. Thanks, man. Whatever. The internet. You mean porn, but fair enough. Amazon. That is weird, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff being bought. Is this all fitting in? Did you not survive? I'll put it back here. Amazon. Interesting, yeah. We'll keep ordering stuff on Amazon. Or actually, are you going for the big money here, Sarah? Are you saying Amazon as a whole? As in, they do the delivery thing? Like you can buy stuff on Amazon, anything you want, including most of the equipment and stuff that brought this together, and their TV service, etc. Either way, yes, love them. And no one said eBay yet, which is nice. Alt view, COVID started my Bezos to increase Amazon sales. COVID started by Bezos to... Hang on, I'm reading. COVID started by Bezos to increase Amazon sales. Could have done CEOs. Maybe it's CEOs. I like this. I'm decoding. What? The item you can survive lockdown without. Fair enough. School's not important. Just start writing stuff. Just having a meltdown, everybody. What item could you not survive lockdown without? What? I'm so confused. The whole package can't. There's no mistake. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried. Andrew, how the devil are you? Very excited to see some people here. Yes. So we are currently discussing. It's a question. Is it? Yes, it is. What item could you not survive lockdown without? I feel like there should be a comma in here somewhere. Gang, let's work together. Help, mate. I mean, hello. Hello! Right. What item could you not... What item... could you not survive lockdown without? To you. I feel like we've gone off the beaten track here, guys. Evidently I couldn't survive without my phone, because it's important to film this on, and that's it. What item? I don't even know anymore. Big question. What item could you not survive lockdown without? Loo roll. Good point. I tell you what, Mr. Andrew, Andrew Gander. I tell you what. If you're worried about loo roll, if you think that's important, what you want to do is stockpile it. Buy as much as you can. Clear the shelves up, really. That's what you want to do. Just fill a trolley up with it and leave. And I'll tell you what, we're right ahead of the game. Yes. Don't worry about everyone else. Come, throw them under the bus. What could you not survive lockdown without? I don't know, actually. Just my phone is the main thing. That's the item I couldn't go without. Gin. Gin is good. Not a fan of gin, but I know where you're coming from. Hard spirits. That's either that or you are a teacher, which I've seen the people you work with, and not far off being a primary school teacher, are you? Yes. So. Always something obscure. I'm feeling like this scarf is something I couldn't have gone through lockdown without now. Just so I can walk down the road and do this. I like how no one said face mask it either. It's like, well, I could survive without that actually. Because you can. Because just stop it. I tell you what I enjoyed the most though was the face mask thing. Fine, we've full adapted, whatever. Right, it was those losers with no personality that had to come up with this special mask for themselves. It was like there's people like, oh look, it's like a monster. It's like a monster mouth. It's a funny one. I've got no personality. Well, fair enough. But did you have to tell me? You see those people that are like dead behind the eyes, just like dying, and then they've got like a nice pattern one. It's to brighten their day up. That's always fun. Awesome t-shirt, mate. Thank you very much. just to remind you that I am special. I'll tell you what it was. Right. I wouldn't normally wear this particular t-shirt, but today felt right. I was one of my team. Hand wash. Ah, you mean the hand sanitizer? Interesting. I just wash my hands, to be honest. It's a lot easier. I tell you what I don't like about hand sanitizer. I'll use it like after coming out of a shop or something, and then I'll do it, and then I'll do something like that. You know, like a kid picks the wrong chocolate out of the chocolate box. It's me. When I do the hand sanitizer thing, I'm like, I know some of you will be saying, stop putting your hand in your mouth, but live your own life. I start having to go at you, do I? You are special. Thanks. Tastes weird. Yes, hand sanitizer does taste really weird, doesn't it? It tastes like soap, but doesn't. I think it only tastes vaguely like soap to stop people drinking it. Doesn't always work. Milk. Well. Ah, true. Milk is a good one. Yeah. You know, first of all, I was thinking, what, for cereal? Just have something else. But yes, cups of tea and coffee or whatever. I just have my coffee straight up because I like to feel really alert and not shit myself. That's the main thing. Tea, interesting, yes. When times must, interesting. Worcestershire sauce. Wow. This is the sort of thing I was looking for. Yes. Worcestershire sauce. There we go. I was waiting for someone to come up with something that was out of the box and didn't just agree with everyone. Yes. Worcestershire sauce. Now we're thinking. I'll tell you what, actually, on a similar vein, Nando sauce, the Perinay sauce. Chicken burgers. How I'm doing now. If we drag this out long enough. Right. What I shall... I wonder how many questions we can get out of this. Why sauce? Why sauce? What's why sauce? So, I'm going to Google that later. Why sauce? I mean, right, so what could... Oh, there we go. What? Yes. New question. What could not survive lockdown? Ask your brother. Oh, you mean YR sauce? Ah. Why I didn't work that out, actually. That seems strange. What could not survive lockdown? I do. Right. I think we've exhausted this enough. But yes, have you all enjoyed this evening? I do hope so. It's been fun, and I, as always, do look forward to the next one, which is going to be even better. There'll be a new big question. There'll be another fact you can blow people's minds with. And more interesting stories and all sorts of wonderfulness from myself. And that's going to be good. So yes. Wish you all the best for the week ahead. Stay strong. You've been wonderful. Thank you very much. See you next week. Have a good week. Hoo, hoo, hoo.